Hi guys, welcome to a lesson on lists, tuples and dictionaries. Okay, so first of all we're talking about lists. Lists are variables that store multiple things. All of these variable types here are variables that store multiple things. Okay, it's like a shopping list, a list of to-do list, a list of numbers, a list of anything, just a list. Okay, so a list in Python looks like this. That is an empty list. Okay? Now, if we want to put things in our list, we do it like this. Let's make this a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now we have our list, and we can print out our list. Okay? Now you may ask, what good is this? It's just that. So, if we want to access our individual variables in here, so this makes it a list, we need to index them, okay? And then the way index works is like this. Starts at 0, then it goes 1, then it goes 2, then it goes 3, then 4, 5. Okay, and I know that's confusing, but because we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is the way index working. So if I wanted to get 4, I would put 3 here. And this will then output for us 4. Ta-da. Okay? Now this also works with strings. So let's put some strings in here. We'll put cow, sheep, pig, chicken, duck. Like so. And if we do it again, we get chicken. Okay? And now we need to spread our indexes out a bit more, like so. And now we don't have a fifth index. So there we go. These are the basics, guys. This is how we define a list, and this is how we access a list. Now, there are some more things that we can do with lists. So, if we want to add on to a list, we go list1.append, which also just means to add on to the end of. And let's say we want to add a horse. And now let's print out, as you can see here, we don't have a list 5, but let's see what happens if we type, if we do print out a list1.5. We get horse. Okay. Now, just as we can add things, we can also remove things. Now we can remove things in 2 different ways. Okay. So the first way we can do it is by the value. So if we know the name of it, so let's say, oh, I just want to remove the pig. I don't want the pig anymore. Okay, and now let's print out the entire list for us to have a look at, like so, and run it. The pig is gone. Okay, now let's say actually that was a mistake. I want to put the pig back in, but I want to put the pig back where it was. Okay, so to do that, we do insert. And then in these brackets, we put 2, because that's where it was, as we can see on our little map up here. And then next to it, we put pig. Now, let's print the list for us to see. There we go. It's right back where it was. Okay? Now, let's say we don't know the name of it. We're like, oh, the list is too long. We need to get rid of item number 4. Let's do that. Let's get rid of item number 4. We can do that by going list.pop 4. This means no more duck, unfortunately. Poor duck. And we can print the list again. And there we go. No more duck. So these are the universal list operations. Okay, these are what you can do to any list at all, no matter what's on it. Now let's talk about some functions. Actually, there is one more quickly. If we want to get the number of elements in the list, we can simply go len list, and it should be 5. There we go, because we have 5 items, prints out 5. Okay, now that really is everything, or everything that you'll need to learn for now. So let's talk about some numbered lists. We're going to put some numbers in some lists. and then there's some more operations we can do. So we'll go back to our actually, let's just put some random numbers in. There we go. We've got some numbers. These two numbers are equal. Let's make them not equal. So, quickest way, let's talk about the quickest way to get the maximum number, just sort the list to get the minimum number, and to also get the sum of all the numbers. Okay, so first of all, to sort the list, all we do is, let's print the list here, so we have the original one to compare, and then we'll do list2.sort, like so. And when we print it again, voila, it has been sorted. Now, if we want to sort it the other way around, we can just do reverse equals true. That's simply because I have done this in the wrong place. This needs to go in here. It's not callable. Yeah, that's because I put that there. Right. There we go, finally. And now we can finally see it's sorted in the reverse. So we'll actually copy and paste this so you can just see them both at action. So we'll sort it descending and then ascending. Very cool. Okay. Now, to print the maximum, all we do is go print max is 2, like so. And we'll get the maximum, which is this number here. It's the same for minimum, but I'll put it here just so you can see. And we'll get the smallest number. Now finally, to get the sum, it's quite simply just this. And there we go. That's pretty much everything you will need to know on lists for now. Let's move on to tuples. So, this is our first tuple. This is what it equals. This can never be changed now. Not in the program, not anywhere else. If I try to do this, it'll throw me an error. Does not support item assignment. You cannot change a tuple. Well, I'll put tuple 1 first of all. Still, cannot change the things that are in a tuple during the program. It is a constant, okay? We can unpack them like this. Okay. Oh, we didn't print them. And then if we do print 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I forgot that's not the right operation. Well, let's just add them all up and it should just give us 10. Lovely. So there you go. We can unpack them, but apart from that, there's not really much you can do with tuples. You can check the items, so we can go print tuple 1 0 like so, and it will say 1. But other than that, there's not much we can do with tuples. They're constants. They're really useful for when you want to set something in your program that will never ever get changed. Okay. Unless, obviously, you go into the code and change it up here. That's the only way it's going to get changed. So, now we've covered that, we can move on to dictionaries. Okay? So, let's have a look at a dictionary. So, dictionaries are like real-life dictionaries, okay? In a real-life dictionary, you look up the word, and the book, the dictionary, will give you the definition. Okay? In Python, this is the same, except for we call the word the key, and we call the definition the value. A lot easier to remember, if you ask me. So, the way we define a dictionary in Python is like this. That there is an empty dictionary. Okay, there's nothing in it. Okay, so if we want to predefine something in it, we can simply go. Let's say this is prices of fruit in a shop. So we've got apple, and an apple will cost you three of something, whatever, dollars, pounds, whatever you want. And now if we print dict1 apple, it's going to give us 3. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now, if we want to add something onto it, this is also really simple and really easy. So if we want to say, okay, this is definitely not enough things for my shop. Dict1 orange, and oranges cost 2. And now we can print out the entire dictionary for us, just like this. And now we can see we've got orange here as well. Pretty simple stuff. Okay. All of these operations here, apart from append, insert, can be done on this. And pop and remove are essentially the same thing, but you only remove from a dictionary. Now, there's some more tricks you can do with dictionaries. So if we want to search through all of a dictionary's values, obviously with a list we can just go through a for loop and loop through all the things. But you can't loop through the values of a dictionary. Values of a dictionary are hidden forever. You can't see them. Simple as. So, in order to do that, we have to get the dict. We have to, well, let's print them out. We have to get the dictionary's keys. Okay? And then we can check all the values of all these keys. And in the keys, we've got the apple and we've got the orange. Okay? So, that's pretty much all you need to know for lists, tuples, and dictionaries. Now, one more thing we're going to look at that's a lot more complicated, okay, is something called a 2D list. Okay? So, a 2D list is essentially a list within a list. Mind-blowing. Inception. Listception. So, what are these and why do we use these? Okay, so let's say we have a chessboard. Actually, we'll do a tic-tac-toe board because it's smaller. So we'll say this is code. There's nothing here at the moment, so this is dash. There's nothing here. This is dash. This is the top row, by the way. This is dash. Now we can simply use another list to represent the second row, and we don't have to type this all out again because we can actually just copy and paste this very neatly. And then we do that and that. And then to print this out, we'll print it out nicely. So we'll go for row in 2D list, not RD list, 2D list. And we can just do print row, okay? Oh yeah, my bad. You cannot start with a number with defining variables. That is a big lesson. And I have to change that now as well. And we are good to go. So there we go. Here's each of our rows. Okay, now let's say we play our first move in the middle. The way we access this is by going 2D list. Let's access the second array because the second list, because the second list is the middle row. Right here, this is the middle row. Okay, and we do that by going 1. And now to access the second object, the second element even, because that is the middle, we just put 1 again, and boom. And now we can set that to an X. And let's print it out again, and boom, we have an X. And if we want to do the top right corner with some O's, like so, we now have an O. Okay, so 2D lists can be used for a lot of things, but yeah, they're essentially just a list that contains all lists. And obviously this can go on, 3D lists, 4D lists, as many lists as you need to contain. Sometimes they're useful if you want to line up values. So say we have like a shop list, and we've got 3 of these bad boys, and then here we could have like the names of the stuff. So we'll just put one entry in that. Apple, we can have the price of the apple, which is 3, and we can have the stock of the apple. We have 15 apples, okay? And then you could have more. You could have the orange. Then you could have orange is 2, isn't it? And then you could say we've got 25 oranges. And now you know whenever you're accessing a list, it's always going to be 0 for the apple and 1 for the orange. So that's 0, that's 1, that's 0, that's 1. Okay? So that's pretty much it for lists, tuples, and dictionaries. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you managed to follow along. Goodbye now.